Hello, everyone, and welcome to my once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a Tarot and Oracle card reader. And before I go into the readings for tonight, I want to go into a weekly astrology update. So this is from May 11th through the 18th. And this week, we're going to enter a very karmically charged week of May. You may already feel it emotionally, mentally, and even physically. And Helen and I were talking about just some of the events before the show. And so when she comes on, she can give you some of her points and tidbits as well. So the atmosphere feels a little heavier right now, more reactive, more uncertain. And that's because beginning May 11th, aka today, we have a Kal Sarpa yoga reactivating. What is that? That's the moon is joining Rahu in Aquarius, and everything is hemmed in between the north and the south nodes, which cause eclipses. So for those unfamiliar, Kal Sarpa yoga creates a really intense concentration of karmic energy. It often coincides with periods where collective feels faded, polarized, and emotionally overwhelming. And honestly, look at the world right now. So that's the astrology. So we continue seeing escalation in wars and humanitarian crises, growing instability and protests across Western nations, severe weather and natural disasters increasing in their intensity, ongoing fears surrounding outbreaks of the hantavirus and concerns about public health systems, because the United States left WHO, CDC in certain states are completely understaffed. We have a big one. It's going to be a big deal. Continued discussion and exposure of the Epstein files and how it's revealing a lot about the elite power structures. There's a rising distrust on both sides of the aisle for governments, media, and institutions globally. And this is not random chaos. This is astrology reflecting itself in our collective field. So to understand why this month feels emotionally and psychologically intense, we have to revisit the eclipse cycle that opened up the year. So back in February, as I mentioned, we had a solar eclipse, and this was in Dhanishta Nakshatra. This is a star connected with wealth, power, status, and collective systems. Since then, we watched our systems around the world become increasingly unstable. There's a lot of economic uncertainty, power struggles, resource conflicts, corruption and secrecy are beginning to surface publicly. And Dhanishta asks us, who controls the rhythm of society? Because eclipses, they expose imbalances that are going on. So when in March, then we had March 3rd, we had that lunar eclipse, and that was in Purva Falguni, the star of pleasure, relationships, beauty, and emotional fulfillment. That eclipse revealed where people and societies have become really disconnected from genuine joy and a human connection. So we're seeing those consequences everywhere: emotional burnout, escapism, addiction to distraction, polarization, and loneliness despite hyperconnection. So even though many of the scandals that are now surfacing globally reflect this really big imbalance between pleasure and power and responsibility, the astrology has been peeling away these illusions layer by layer. So also today, Mars enters Aries, and that's when the heat rises. Mars is in its own sign of Aries, is very powerful. Action is really going to accelerate. People are going to become more assertive or aggressive if unbalanced, and momentum is going to return. But it can also increase conflict, anger, impulsiveness. Donald Trump has this on his ascendant. Impulsiveness, military escalation, political aggression. And then Mars is going to be moving through the Gandanta. That's May 10th through the 12th right now. And that's a karmic knot between water and fire signs. So this Gandanta period that we're in right now can feel really emotionally explosive. I had a little bit of a panic attack this morning, so I'm already feeling it because even though I'm doing all of these remedies, I'm feeling the collective angst, and I have to make sure that I'm safeguarding my nervous system as well. So this is where people often react before thinking, and globally this can correlate with sudden escalations, dramatic headlines, fires, conflict, emotionally charged events. And personally, it can feel like I can't hold on to this pressure anymore. So this week requires a lot of conscious grounding, and that's what Jonathan and I are doing. So Jupiter is also Vargotama. That's a spiritual lifeline through all of this. Now, thankfully, not everything is going to be difficult because on May 14th, Jupiter will become Vargontama, and this is really beautiful. It'll help us gain some strength and purity. Now, he is in Purnavasu Nakshatra, and that's a cluster of stars that reminds us that there is always a return to light during chaos, okay? So this is a spiritual lifeline for the chart right now. So while the world may feel unstable externally, people are questioning what really matters. What kind of life do I want? What values can I actually trust right now? And this is why our spiritual practices become essential right now and not optional. Then we have Venus entering Gemini on May 14th. And so that's going to lighten some of the emotional atmosphere a little bit. And our communications can improve. People want to connect again. Curiosity will return. But there might be some scattered attention, mixed signals in our relationships, and gossip and media frenzy. So with the current global climate, information tends to move very quickly, and some stories may shift by the hour. So it's important to stay grounded, especially if you are a news junkie, okay? Then we have Sun, Mercury, and Taurus conjunct this beautiful new moon. And this is when the Sun enters Taurus on May 15th. It's going to be followed by a powerful Taurus new moon on May 16th in Kritika Nakshatra. Now, Kritika is symbolized by the blade. It cuts. And this new moon is asking us what needs to be removed so that stability can return. That's our financial systems, our relationships, our habits, our emotional attachments, because Taurus wants peace and Kritika demands honesty first. So don't be surprised if this week reveals something that is no longer stable and needs to literally be cut out of your life. Then this week is also deeply spiritual because we are celebrating Shani Jayanti and Adhika Masa. And that's May 16th. So the celebration of Lord Saturn, it's a very powerful day to honor karma, discipline, responsibility, and humility. And if life has felt really heavy for you lately, Saturn's going to be asking, what are you building that will actually last? So ways you can honor Saturn: you can feed the crows. You can, because that's his spiritual animal. You can do what's called seva, which is selfless service to others. And you can also fast on this day within your ability. Okay, so then on May 17th, we start Adhika Masa. That's an extra lunar month devoted to spiritual growth and reflection. So this is not a month for forcing outcomes. This is a month for purification and realignment. So I put together some remedies for any anxiety or collective overwhelm, because I was struggling with it this morning. If you've been feeling anxious, overstimulated like me, or just emotionally exhausted, there's some remedies that I strongly recommend this week. There's water therapy. You can take a little longer shower, a bath, get in the ocean or river, release that emotional heat. Slow down your nervous system intentionally. Less doom scrolling, more silence, more breathing, pranayama practices like that. For the Martian energy, move your body and avoid arguments. For Saturn's pressure, maintain routine and just keep your promises to yourself right now, because things are going to be moving pretty fast and hard, okay? And some mantras, I'll give you 3 of them. This one is for Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And then this one is for Lord Saturn, for karma. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shanishwaraya Namaha. And those are best done on Saturdays or Saturn days, okay? And then this one is for Mars, and this is best done tomorrow, Tuesdays. Om Kram Krim Kram Sa Bomaya Namaha. And that's really good if you're struggling with that Martian overheat, just that getting in arguments, acting impulsively. That's a good mantra. And you can do that 108 times on a mala. Tuesday's the best day to do it. So just remember that not every headline this week is going to deserve access to your nervous system. Stay informed and try to stay centered. So tonight we're going to be taking your live questions for astrology and tarot guidance. Tippers receive priority as always. Then we go in order from the chat. So please be patient, and you need to be present in the audience when your name is called. So please keep your questions concise and specific so we can help as many of you as possible tonight. So just take a breath, ground yourself, and we'll see what Spirit and the stars have to say. So without ado, I would like to introduce tonight's special guest. Her name is Helen from Helen Irish Granny Tarot. All of her links are in the description. And Helen has a remarkable gift of blending intuition and history, metaphysics, philosophy, and a collective insight into a very thoughtful and deeply entertaining context. I'm enjoying a few of her videos lately. And we just did one recently on the Antichrist that you're welcome to check out. It was a really fun conversation. But she goes into current events and collective psychology, UFO and UAP ET encounters, dream interpretation, crime and mysteries. She discusses near-death experiences, old Hollywood and literary symbolism. She does it all. So we are so honored to have her with us tonight. And you can get personal consultations or questions to Ask Your Irish Granny at irishgrannyhelen@gmail.com. That is in the description. Welcome, Helen.
Thank you, Michelle. That was so nice. You should be a professional hype man. That was really good.
Okay.
It was a little embarrassing. You did say one thing that was inaccurate. I really don't do it all. I do not do physics.
Okay.
I hate physics. It's so nice to join you, and I wanted to commend you on your color scheme. You not only have the trim inside matching your shirt and your jewelry, but who do you know that you got all the buildings outside painted the same color?
Oh, well, there you go.
How did you do that? Is it an optical illusion, or are they really aquamarine, green, teal? You know?
Yeah, pretty much. So but yeah, this is the color that people tell me to wear, so I do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're obedient. It's beautiful. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Welcome. Oh my gosh. So what do you see going on in the next week? Anything?
Well, I took notes when you were talking, because you said some words that I think are really, really important. I related to what you said about having a panic attack. I've moved beyond being emotionally fraught, but I felt myself recently just physically exhausted, which is really not like me at all. I mean, I don't want to joke about deadly diseases, but sometimes I wonder, God, what is wrong with me? I am just exhausted. And I think it is exactly what you're talking about. It's this heaviness of the energy of the moment, right? So you said a couple of words. I'm going to go over them a little bit. You said karma and spiritual growth and chaos and exhaustion. So we talked about the exhaustion part. I'm not an expert. I just know what I've read and what I've talked about here, but I'm in no way an expert on Gnosticism, which is about inner knowledge, having the knowledge of who we really are, right? And this feels like chaos. It looks like chaos because it's part of the material world. But our job here is to learn, to understand, to fully process that we're not part of the material world. We're energetic beings. And it's kind of equivalent to the Buddhist concept of rejecting ego, the disengagement with the world, deepening that disengagement. And then it's not really chaos. Then you start looking at it as opportunity for growth. And it's a time of change. And I don't know, I go by the old-fashioned horoscope. I don't know, well, yours is probably older. But I'm a Taurus, and Taurians really don't like change. I mean, really don't like change. So this is very difficult. I want things to stay exactly the same always. And I think a lot of people struggle when things are a challenge like this. So it's adjusting how you look at it and looking at it as an opportunity for growth. We're supposed to turn our back on all this craziness. Now that's a thin line. That doesn't mean be unaware. It doesn't mean hide your head in the sand or ignore it. Because while we're being told to disengage from it, we're being told to interact with it with love.
Yeah, it's important to be realistic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's our duty
Hmm.
to treat our fellow human beings the way we want to be treated, and
Hmm.
to act out of compassion and love,
Yep.
while we realize that this is all just an illusion and not real. So it doesn't make full sense to our brains, but that's what we're living with. And suffering
Hmm.
is growth, which nobody wants to hear that.
No, but it's the
And
truth.
yeah, you gain wisdom from them. And then, of course, rejecting fear, which is
Hmm.
hard because this is scary. Change like this is
Hmm.
scary when it's coming from a bad place, you know?
Yeah, it is.
But if you can take some time to stop and look within
Yeah.
and try to find stability inside of yourself, look for that
Hmm.
spark of the divine and find the peace inside of you,
Yeah.
and then share it.
Yeah. And that what you say is so true, because sharing it is important. We need each other right now, especially in a world where all of the power is getting so concentrated, but the numbers aren't there. The numbers are here in the collective. So, I mean, there was actually something that went viral on TikTok, and it was a bunch of Gen Z guys that decided to take over Scientology centers. And people in
Oh
the
my
comments,
God.
oh yeah, they shut them all down, and it was just a bunch. It was a
Really?
Gen Z. They rushed them all, and they got them all closed. And they said, imagine what Gen Z could do if they put that into certain contexts. I mean, it was really
Oh,
intense. Yeah.
I'm floored because
So,
I have never addressed that particular belief system
hmm.
because they are so vengeful and
Oh,
so
it's a
ruthless.
cult.
And
Yeah.
I stay away from it. I'm
Hmm.
shocked that they would do that. If they do that, they have
Yeah.
the courage that it takes for sure.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. They shut them down.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, you want to say hi to some people in the audience before we get to questions?
Sure.
All right. So some patient is here. TikTok, it's almost tarot o'clock. Love that.
Some patients.
And then we have
Oh,
Venus.
Venus.
Good to
Hi.
see you, Venus. And Sybil is here. Lovely to see you, Sybil. And then let's see. Oh, you just finally joined the channel. Thank you so much. And I got Kali, Vishnu, and Ganesha stickers. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And then let's see. Rose Blue is here. Good to see you, Rose Blue. Maria Scorpio, I got your question in. Be patient. We go through tippers first, okay, dear? And then let's see. And then Rose Blue says, other countries are investigating the Epstein files too. They list names. 47 is nervous about that. Well, they're actually having some enforcement in those countries. So, yeah.
Yeah, ask Prince Andrew.
I know they arrested him. And did you hear what he did to the princesses, his own daughters? Why they arrested
Mm,
him?
no,
He sold
no.
his daughters to Jeffrey Epstein when they were children.
Oh, you know what,
His
Michelle?
teenage daughters.
I sometimes can't tell the difference between what I know intuitively and what is actually out there, and I know it. I
Hmm.
knew that. I knew
Yeah, and
that.
Fergie's like, she was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and they literally sold their kids to him. And apparently that's coming out now as people going, hey, I'd
Really?
like a
Oh.
savior. Here are my kids. Yeah. Ugh. So yeah, if I were the royal family, I would be pretty upset about that too. It's like you
I'm the
sold
wrong
the
person to
princesses.
talk to about them,
Yeah.
particularly because I'm
Oh.
predisposed to think the worst at all. No, I'm serious, and
Yeah.
so
So the
I'm not
Irish have a little
surprised.
bit of a problem with the British. Is that what you're saying?
Quite a bit,
Just a little bit of a score there.
just a tad. And it's
Yeah.
funny, it's repeated all over the world. You could ask all kinds of different people how they feel about them.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
start with India.
Oh, my
You know?
goodness. Yeah. And then Jonathan, he's here. He says more like dodgeball. Yeah. So here's Jonathan. I say hi, Jonathan. Yay. Oh, he put on a nice, he's matching
I
too.
love the little baby dog. Oh my
Oh, that's
God.
Rosie. That's my baba.
What's his name?
Yeah. Oh, Rosie.
Oh, I offended her. I'm sorry, Rosie.
Oh, no, she can't be offended. She's the most polite dog in the world.
She's so cute.
Thanks. And then Reluctant Gamer is here. Thank you so much for reminding people to subscribe and like the channels. And then does pulling weeds and grass count as grounding while listening to the news? Well, it can if
Oh
you consider
God.
it grounding, okay?
That's so
Uh,
funny you had asked that. Oh, don't remind me
oh,
of
and
last
two,
week.
oh yeah. So isn't Saturn the devil? Well, Saturn is the karmic teacher, but he is the devil in the tarot because he's got the the palm with the sign of Saturn on it.
The
What it
pentagram.
represents is our indriyas, our senses that have gone out of control. So it's the 7 deadly sins, like gluttony,
Addictions, and yeah.
addictions. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
they're chained. They can break free of those chains, but they have to do the disciplinary work to do so. And some of those chains can be iron, which are more material chains. Some of them can be gold, which are like
Emotional.
sentimentality to family.
Yeah.
An example to that would be like siding over your evil kid, over someone else, something like that. So it's about karma. So yeah.
I always think of the devil card as toxicity.
Ooh, that's a good, yeah, I
Isn't
like
that a
that.
good word? Yeah.
That's a great
Poison.
word. Yeah. And then Hershey's here. Thank you for the blessings and positive vibes. That's so sweet.
Shadow reader.
Everyone's saying hi. And Maria, I am getting to readings. Oh, and then Hershey was swimming in the ocean. Great. That's excellent. And then let's see. ZV Sun is here. They say our words are spells we cast on each other. If so, does that mean our thoughts are practice spells? When children are taught properly to form words, it's called spelling. Oh, I love that. That's really
Ooh, that gave me the chills.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I would agree with you. That's a very, very cool perspective.
Well, that's a big argument about the power of your thought, and eventually thoughts can become material. But I maintain that you can think all kinds of things, but unless you have intention and action, you're not going to get a material effect.
Well, in Vedic philosophy, they believe that your last thought, it becomes your next birth because it's the strongest one that rises as you die.
Oh, I can't decide between very, very rich or very, very gorgeous. Why not both?
Sure. Well, you know what? Just think of Princess Diana without the tragedy, and I'm sure you'll be okay. So, so you don't like the royal family, so never mind. Well, she didn't either. So, all right, yeah. Andy Lopez, right? The Cosmic Wave, love that. And then let's see, shout out from Saza. Okay, cool. I don't know where that is. Saza.
How do you spell it? I didn't really see it. I'm blind.
Saza.
I wonder if it's an acronym. Is it an abbreviation?
It might be. Yeah, that's what
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, welcome. And let's see, blessings. Oh, thank you, Phantom. So good to see you. I've missed you.
Oh, hi, Phantom. I recognize her.
Yeah, she's always leaving comments on my shorts. You're so sweet.
Very nice.
And then Helena of Troy. Okay, yeah, she's a character. Yeah, love her. And then, happy Mother's Day to everyone here, single dads and fur pets. Also. Thank you.
That's
a sweet rose blue. Everyone's saying hi. And thank you for just loving the energy. That's so sweet of you, Andy. We appreciate your presence here. And let's see. Everyone's sending hearts. Okay, Maria, I did get your question. And then Rachel, go ahead and put your question in. You're first because you're the first tipper. And Matanda Memories, so good to see you. Welcome from Twitch. Hola. ¿Qué tal? Let's see. And then, you sent the copy in the copy app. Okay, thank you, Some Patience. Go ahead and ask your question. I'll get it in. Oh, and then Sybil, I'll get your question too. Kelly's here. Good to see you, Kelly. And then, you guys, I went to the Metropolitan Cathedral. I'm going to be doing a short on that. It is a huge cathedral here in Mexico City. Jonathan and I went downtown for the day. It's kind of the reason I had a panic attack this morning because I lost them in the subway system for a bit, which was
that's when you had the panic attack.
Yeah, and then we had the crowding and everything, and then you lose your husband that has memory problems in the, the Mexico City subway system.
Right.
Oh my gosh! But I was telling Helen that the driver was crazy. Like he closed the doors on a lot of people and then just like gunned it, and we all flew back. And I was trying to text Jonathan like it's in 3 stops. But I fell, and this very attractive young Mexican man literally went to catch me in his arms. And I was just like...
Sort of a Carlos Grant.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and he's just like, señorita, it's okay. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was just like... The men here are such gentlemen. They caught Jonathan before. He ran into a meter that was sticking
Yeah.
out of a building, and a young man ran and caught him before his head hit the ground and said, "Señor, es okay." And he was like, and then he looked at him. He goes, "Oh, are you okay?" in English. And it was just like, the men here are like saints compared to where we used to live. So it was, yeah.
I don't know how
Anyway,
you feel about musical comedy, but there's a musical called Chicago.
yeah, I've
And
seen it.
there's a song in there that I don't know if it's in the movie, but it's in the main, it's in the Broadway show.
Mhm.
It's called Whatever Happened to Class. And
Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't repeat the lines right here because we'd get in trouble, but it is hilarious. Yeah. And it
It's a great
speaks to what you're
soundtrack.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I was just like, okay, this is just a reminder that there's still some chivalry. So that was really great. And then let's see.
And Queen Latifah sings it, and she has the most stunning voice.
Oh, doesn't she? Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, and then Saza is South Africa. Got it.
Oh, why did we not?
Yeah.
I've never
And
heard that.
Maria's from Norway. Very cool. All right. SA,
Huh.
South Africa. Very cool. And Nora is here. Good to see you. Okay, Nora, I'll get your question in about what your body's telling you. Get Jonathan an AirTag. Well, I have a finder on his phone, and it's like it's for kids, but I have it on his phone, and it's Find My Kid. And so, but we didn't have reception down there.
And that's the other problem, right?
Because we're in the subway, it's just a big metal tube, and so I couldn't text him. So it was like my worst nightmare come true. But he knew the animal, because they have an animal or a symbol for each of the stops, and he knew that he knew which one to get off on. So it was like, oh, thank God. So, and yes, people still have manners. Yes. Oh, Kelsey, welcome. I'll get your question in. And yes, Rose Blue, definitely get your passport. They're starting to put some limitations on them, so you'll want to get it sooner than later, okay? All right. So let's get into our questions. All right. And then some patients, I haven't gotten yours yet, and then they'll get you tipped. You are second because you said you tipped. Let's see. And let's see. I'm not seeing it, so definitely check it again, okay? All right. Let's see. Yeah, so definitely check that again because it's not coming up. And usually Buy Me a Coffee does come up. Do you want to check my phone, sweetie, to see if it's there? It's over there plugged in. So Jonathan's going to check on that for us, okay? All right. So Miss Rachel is first. Rachel, go ahead and get your question in, my dear. And we will go ahead and answer that for you. Great questions tonight, you guys. I did not get your question. Let me go back up and see if sometimes they just don't come through.
If there's too much activity all at the same time,
Yeah, it just says, hey, sorry, I'm late. That's the only thing I'm seeing that went through. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing the Buy Me a Coffee. It did not activate. So you'll want to check on that. Let me open up the app on my phone. Sometimes the notifications take a little longer, okay, some patients. Yeah, I got that you became I got last week's, but I didn't get this week's. Okay, it's right here. So you can see it. All right, so I didn't see it. All right.
I spent an hour this morning trying to update the expiration date on my credit card for PayPal. Apparently, if you try too often and their computer fouls up, then they punish you for trying too often.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have to use a VPN because if I do it from a Mexico IP, they won't accept anything. I can't even bank on a Mexico IP. I got to do it from a Seattle IP. Isn't that weird?
That is very weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to Miss Rachel. Okay, and we got some patients in. Sounds good. And again, Maria Scorpio, we're going in order, okay? All right. Help with my current living situation. It's difficult and I'm so angry and stressed. Should I move out? It's a process. Help. Okay.
Moving is really.
Yeah. So she's got smokers. It's in an there's smokers involved. And she's not a smoker. So
what did you say the first sentence I didn't hear? She has what?
Oh,
She has some.
there's smokers below her.
Oh,
that
that's
are
what you said
causing,
very
yeah.
first. Okay.
And it's not in the best area, but it's saving her money. So, and then she's also having problems with her bathtub and getting hot water and things like that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting cards that completely and totally support that. That's nuts. Okay. And yeah, she basically left for the weekend, came back, and she said it was an absolute disaster. So poor Rachel. And then she goes, it's unfinished and taking forever. And they painted the ceiling the wrong color or something. It's unfinished and taking forever. I feel like my time and space is violated between lack of communication and the smoker next door. Okay.
I'm not getting. Let me try this deck. I've got some interesting cards that kind of set up the whole description of what you're talking about.
Oh, but yeah, I'm getting the same for sure.
Rachel, I suppose I shouldn't ask. I should just tell you. But do you have some kind of a like a contract that you signed or a lease that you signed that it's difficult to get out of? That's kind of what I'm looking at here.
And some patience. I just got your tip, so it just came through. Thank you for retrying. And then Love 43, you are third. Thank you so much. Okay, so Miss Rachel, the first card I got was Uranus. This is my tower card in the when it comes to, because he brings us tower moments. Okay, so this is telling me that you are going through some stuff. All right, what is it? I got the 8th house. This is the house of like Phoenix moments, life, death, and rebirth. So this is big stuff. Okay. When I get this for the day, I look at Jonathan and go, we're going to have something happen. The last time I got Uranus in the 8th house, he got attacked by a pit bull. Okay, so
oh my God,
he still has the bandage. Okay, so it's a whole thing. So they're saying that in order to get through this, it's important that you communicate very clearly what you need from this building, because they're not really holding out their end, especially if you're running into this many problems to begin with. Okay, so that is kind of the main energy that I got in and around the situation. They want you to communicate. They want you to write everything down and do so in a way that's going to support you moving forward. So for the overall situation, I got the 7 of Pentacles, but it came up reversed. This is my card of impatience, giving up on something because you feel insecure, which makes complete sense. But they're saying that this is a bit of a rash decision and that you need to practice patience, because communication might solve a lot of the issues that you're going through. Now, the reason I say that is I got the same card as I got last time for this situation. I got the Queen of Pentacles. This place is going to help you save a lot of money. It's going to be, how do I say this? Queens are all about finding mastery within. So this is a card of good fortune, affluence, profit, especially if you keep a level head and you communicate your needs moving forward, and you are very self-controlled regarding what's going on. It's important that you build a solid foundation for yourself. And even though this is a place where you're like, I'm just going to rip up and leave, it's important that you communicate first before making a rash decision. I'm not saying that, that it's not the best place for you, but we almost did that here. And I got a meeting on Thursday, hopefully, fingers crossed, with the billing department to try to figure out what's been going on there, because they're unorganized. And so I thought about just ripping up and leaving, and they told me not to, and I got the Queen of Pentacles for it. So what that tells me for you is that don't make any rash decisions and try to communicate moving forward, because Helen did mention there might be a lease involved. So it's important to check that out before really jumping. And then she goes, the lease, I don't know. She's a very good landlord, just taking forever. Okay, that makes sense. She's Asian and doesn't speak well. She's still there now. I had to leave. Okay, so all right, I'm excited. And she goes, I can get a big air purifier. I spend about $1,000 beautifying it. Wow. Well, that would be the Queen of Pentacles energy. So what did you get, Helen?
Well, I got some really interesting cards. I got, this is the situation. You're looking at what you're living in the middle of, and it's not coming out quite so rosy. But I don't think you're going anywhere. I got the Six of Swords reversed. And the reason is that the people that you're dealing with are not necessarily the most maybe compassionate about the issues that you have at hand. But the smartest thing to do is to appeal to their intelligence, be rational, be calm, and perhaps there is something in your lease, or perhaps it is considered, I don't know what renters and what's the word I want? Landlords, I don't know what the relationship is like where you live, but you may be able to appeal to their sense of justice and temperance. The message that I'm getting here is use your brain, don't overreact, and that Queen of Pentacles energy is very kind of maternal. There's a way to approach this where you're nice about it, not weak, but nice about it, and calm and rational, and appeal to the common sense in the situation and the fairness of the situation. And I think eventually you might be able to achieve a compromise rather than pick up sticks and leave. Yeah. That's what
we got similar cards. I love it when that happens. So best of luck to you, Rachel. And she goes, I've offered to do a lot, but the smoker I can't do anything about. Air purifiers do work. We actually, when we were living in Lakewood for a little while, we had some neighbors downstairs, and they were an older Korean couple, and they cooked this stuff called skate, and it's fermented, like they look like these little tiny, what are they called? Stingrays almost?
Yeah, they're flat.
Yeah. And they fermented them in the open in their house. Oh, the smell. Like it was so bad. And like, we actually had a guy come over to like maybe seal our windows and recaulk them and like try to fix the smell. And he had to leave because he almost threw up. He was like, I have to leave. And he went outside and he was like, it was like, unless you're accustomed to eating these fermented fish products, it's like dumpster bad. Okay. So like, what did you call it? It was like a dumpster in New York in the summer. It was bad. And so there are some things that you can do to help with the smell. We had to do that. We sealed up we caulked, we did everything. So air purifiers do work, especially if you get one that really controls odor and things like that. So best of luck to you in that, my dear. And then she goes, oh, you know skate. Yeah, we managed to work with it though. So yeah, and you've been very kind. That's great. Okay.
The ancient Romans used to eat fermented fish sauce all the time, and it's quite popular in Asia.
Yes, it is. And, nothing against it. It's just, but if you're living above it and you're a vegetarian, it's like, what?
Yeah.
So, Mona Lee is here. Good to see you, Mona Lee. The lovely Marina is here. Heart-centered
Marina. I know Marina.
It's so good to see you. Everyone subscribe to Marina. She's wonderful. And it's so good to see you. Welcome, my dear. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Marina actually helped Jonathan and I through some of his memory stuff, and she was very helpful. So great reading from Marina.
Well, look at the name of her channel, Heart-Centered.
I know. She's very heart-centered. Yeah. She is. And then Worse Than Sigs and Mary Jane. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been around both, and I've had, when I was in college, it was cigarettes and pot all the time. I would switch those out any day for skate. Like those are bad. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And the thing is, it's like you leave the house and it's like you can still kind of smell some of it on you. It was because it's like a process that just sticks to everything. Oh my gosh, I've been there, Rachel. And she goes, okay, so basically stay, keep a level head, be patient. I've been acting like the Queen of Pentacles and trying to communicate. I've been generous and paid for paint, mirrors, and contractors.
Well, good. This is a hard lesson.
It really is.
Terrible situation.
Is. And Steve, so good to see you. Thank you for wishing us some amazing, an amazing evening. All right. So the next lovely question is some patience. So my business partners went ahead on that deal last week and touched on my back pay. Quarter one, I'm on the path to receive that back pay. Quarter two, what do I need to know and do not for the rest of the success of that deal? Okay, so basically, some patients, it really does have a lot of patients, because some patients just bought a home a few months ago, and right after buying the home and starting to like fix it up and move in, broke both arms, both legs, tore the shoulder. Yeah. And
Was
has
it like a motorcycle accident or something?
I'll let some patients tell you if they want to, but yeah, it was insane.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. And so basically going through rehab right now, had at least 2 surgeries that I know of. And now they're not
Poor
getting paid by their,
thing.
not getting paid by the boss. So they're not getting paid at work, and
Oh, the
they just
milk of human kindness, huh?
yeah. So some patients actually has a lot of patience. So anyway, oh, not quarter, question one. Oh, okay, thank you. So I was reading it like a business question. And then let's see, question two. Nope, fell off the front porch steps. Yeah, big fall.
I'm
So
sorry, I'm laughing.
that's just, I mean, isn't that a lot?
If you know Denise Siegel fell down 2 steps in her garage and broke her wrist, and I don't know if it was actually her arm, but she was in a big old cast last year. Every year she picks a new bone to break.
So question one is, am I on the path to receive that back pay? And question two is, what do I need to know and not do for the success of that deal?
Okay.
That explains my cards. So I'll go first. Well, I don't have the best news for you, but at least you're going to be prepared for this, okay? I got the Three of Pentacles reversed when it comes to that deal.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is the literal trouble at work card, lack of cooperation, the job not literally paying you for your hard work and efforts, okay? Then I said, okay, so what can some patients kind of expect from them? I got the injustice card. They're not going to do the right thing. So that's kind of upsetting, but
who do you work for? Simon Legree? Oh my God.
Yeah, so you can give us more information if you'd like to, some patients, but I got injustice and I got the Three of Pentacles. So ugh. But then you asked, question two, what do I need to know, do not, or do for the success of that deal? You know what? I got the Chariot. This is all about momentum, victory, preparation, working on your goals and willpower, and doing what's best for you materially moving forward. And when you do that, when this comes up, they're saying, don't seek reprisal. This is Amba from the Mahabharata Oracle. Basically, she was kidnapped by Bhishma, which back then Kshatriyas used to kidnap women to marry them off. And she was already betrothed to somebody else. It was another king. And she told him that, and he went, oh, sorry, and returned her. And then that other king didn't want her anymore because she had been kidnapped. And she got mad. So she basically did a ton of austerities to Lord Shiva. And all of the sages came to her and said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, just let it go. And she goes, no, I want to be reborn a man so I can kill this guy, birth after birth, because he's not going to get away with this. And so she ended up getting her boon, but it didn't really work out in her best favor, because revenge is not always the best way to handle situations. It was an accident on his part, but at the same time, if she had just let it go, she could have had a better outcome for herself.
Now be careful what you ask for.
They're saying, don't seek reprisal, move on in the best way that you can for yourself, and know that this is coming. Okay, you're going through some karma, my friend. Holy cow, you've gone through some stuff.
That's what I got too. Wait till you see. So the first question, will you get that?
Yeah.
No. I got death. No, this is a difficult change. I'm sorry. I got death reversing. It's a difficult change for you right now. I got the Knight of Swords, which they're not going to do the right thing. They're just not going to do the right thing. And I got the Six of Swords reversed. It's not going forward in a positive way. I got one more card in answer to this question, but I want to save it for the next question. You'll see why. So the next question is, what can you do? What you can do is understand that you're not dealing with honest players. These people have their own karmic debt that they're dealing with, and they're playing it out on the field of you. And this is also your karma. I got the Wheel of Fortune. This is a challenge that you're being presented with. Are you going to accept it? I got the Page of Swords reversed. Do not act. Do not lash out. Just wait and see what happens, because look what I got for them. The Seven of Swords. These people are underhanded and will do whatever they think they can get away with, and they'll probably get away with it. But look what I got for you at the end of both of those questions. And my cards all flew on the ground. The Queen of Wands for both questions. You're intuitive, look within, use your innate karmic intelligence. Is that even a thing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Your understanding of what's right and wrong in how you treat other people. And I guess this is going to sound terrible, but it's the easiest way to explain it. This is for you to suck up and learn from, and it's awful, but if you do that, you come out strong, and they are living out a negative karmic debt. You can do this. You'll be okay. It's hard.
They just told me that they're taking on your karma that you just paid. So they're interested. Because what happens to us when we go through this much, because I went through this in 2023, I had some really bad stuff happen, and I just looked around at all the people who did it, and the message that I got was they just literally bought your karma from you. Like, it's gone, it's spent. They took it, like they stole the bad karma. And I'm just like, yay, I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Well, what goes around comes around, and how you treat others is how you will be treated. You treat them well, that will come back to you. They're treating you, I won't use the word I want to use, they're treating you horribly, that will come back to them. So
and she goes, that's very accurate on them.
Sorry.
And so it said, I'm a consultant. It's a client that changed my contract midway. I helped them when they lost an employee. I took over that work, and they're not paying me according to my contract. Well, that would be the thief. So yeah, that's underhanded. I got injustice. I got, our cards matched up. So it's just, my God. And then I can handle almost anything if I know I can survive it. You'll survive it. You see those Queen of Wands at the end? I mean, come on. That's great.
You'll come out so much stronger for it, and stronger spiritually too.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you can do this. So, and I'm sorry to hear that, Shem. My heart goes out to you, sweetie. You had the war, a huge planetary war, take place on 3 of your planets in your 7th house. So that's what's been going on with you, honey. Okay, so our next lovely tipper is Love 43 W4C. What is coming in for my spiritual journey? Okay, so I got some interesting cards for you. Okay, the first card I got was Aquarius. Now Aquarius is getting eclipsed right now. This is the sign of technology. So Rahu, the North Node, is going over it. So that's why AI is exploding. All the tech oligarchs are basically like fighting to take over the government and all of our systems. They're all fighting to get on top of this AI, just race, so to speak. So that's kind of the energy in and around that. So I asked, what in this area is Love 43 kind of in and around? And I got a very interesting card. I got the 3 of Pentacles reversed for you too. So there's something about, there's a lack of cooperation, or a work thing that's not really working out. Okay. So I don't know if you're not getting paid enough, or you might be losing a job to AI or something like that. There's something going on there. Okay. And you're a Libra male. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So Aquarius is also an air sign. I'm just getting something in and around that. All right. Then I got a really interesting card. I got the Death card, and it came up reversed. There's some change that's coming that you might resist. Don't be afraid. Lean into it. It's going to be okay. Ride that wave, because this is a necessary change that's coming because of the lack of cooperation that is coming your way. And as a Libra, you like to work things out and to make sure that everyone's getting along. But don't fear this change, okay? Don't fear the unknown that this is causing, because you're gripping onto like an outdated situation, okay? Then what I got after that was there might be something that you're looking into that may not pan out, because I did get the 3 of Wands, but it came up reversed. So this is my card for delays, maybe some misaligned expectations. Like you're expecting things to really work out and they're not. The opportunity's not going to come. So this is kind of like a failed project or goal that they're showing me, and you need to take a step back, all right? Because it's not working, all right? What they want you to focus on in the meantime. Okay, no, don't put all your chips there. You need to put them in another area. I got the beauty card. This is about doing some self-care, beautifying your environment, spending some more time on you because your work-life balance might have been a little, how do I say this, off. Okay, so if you're doing anything to improve yourself and your environment in a beautiful way, that is supported right now. And then I got it that it's so important for you to trust the universe right now because you've got some big changes coming, and know that the divine, which is Krishna in this card, he represents Jesus, Buddha, whatever you tend to follow, Allah, whatever religion you're a part of. This is the God that comes down and says, hey, let me fix this. Okay, so you have the universe on your side as you go through all of this change. So focus on your self-care. But know that any things that you've been kind of working on and toward aren't likely to work out in the way that you would expect them to. Okay, I'm excited to see what Helen has to say.
Well, I got, it's funny. I thought it was something to do with work too. I got the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the 10 of Wands. I feel like you're overburdened. Either they're expecting too much of you, or you're feeling like you're just overwhelmed by your work. And the message that I got is you have the strength to cope with whatever this is, and understand that it's part of the life cycle. It's part of the just karmic cycle. It's going to play out. You have the strength to weather through it. And I think that's what you said. I think that's pretty similar to what you said.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that you're feeling because there's some burden, some heavy responsibility, or a sense of I can't keep up, that kind of work struggle.
Yeah. Okay. They said, I've seen a white feather for 3 days now. Okay, those are your angels telling you don't worry. That's the universe sending you signs and symbols to not fear the change that's coming. Okay. So there's not going to be a lot of opportunities. There might be some missed project work or goals, things that you've really invested your time and your energy in aren't likely to work out. But know that the universe has your back and they're bringing something new your way, but there's going to be some delays because there's some things that need to be worked out. Okay?
And I got that it's like steel. When they make steel, they put it through fire.
Yeah.
That's how you strengthen. And you got that strength card. I think that might have been part of the message.
I love that. That is so true. And good night, Phantoma. Thank you so much for your love and light and blessings. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lots of love to you, my dear. Okay. And then you are so welcome, some patience. Okay. And then I can definitely continue to work in an honorable way knowing this insight. That's awesome. Some patience.
Good.
Some patience has a lot of patience. So, yeah.
Life is hard.
And then Delphi says, the Old Testament God said, revenge is mine. Everything that happens to us is a learning experience. That's true. Suffering can teach us a lot.
Yahweh, yeah, we don't need him.
And, in the world of an eye for an eye, everyone's blind. So, it's true. We've all screwed up at one point.
I had that bumper sticker on my van for 25 years.
Are you serious?
It was Gandhi. I think Gandhi said it. I had a little picture of Gandhi, and it said, eye for an eye, everybody's blind.
Oh,
which went down really well in this area.
I bet it did. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let me check my email real quick. All right. So some patience. Thank you so much. All right. So I think we just went through all of the tippers. Now we're going to go in order. Is Maria still here? Oh, she's asking about flirting. Oh, okay. Well, we can look at the situation between, I'm guessing, is Flip your partner, Maria? If you can let me know.
Well, I know. I'm going to use my Pulp Fiction cards. They're kind of.
Okay, she's here. Oh, it's Philip. Okay, gotcha. Now, are you still with Philip? I mean, I thought you guys broke up. So, did you guys get back together? Did you and Philip get back together? Ooh, lightning just struck. Oh, wow. It's black. Holy cow, you guys. This is going to be fun in the background. It's on this side. Yeah. His name is Philip. Now, are you and Philip together? That's my question. Because I thought you guys broke up. Oh, Helen.
Well, given the question, shall I show you my cards? So the very first card that came up is Justice.
Oh,
if he is, she's gonna regret it.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Oh my goodness. She says, we did have a thing together, but we're not officially together. Then who cares? You know,
Page of Swords, just be honest. Just be honest. Speak your truth, you know. Let the cards fall as they may. But this cracked me up because she's gonna regret it.
Yeah, so the person that he's flirting with is going to regret having anything to do with him. You know, so that, you know, now we know what I got. This is for you, my dear. I got Mercury and the moon, and then I got Sagittarius. This is all about pinpointing your energy and your intellect and your emotions into a concise point or philosophy that supports you moving forward. So they're asking you to kind of heal from this person because it's really not meant to be.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is it's not going to work out with anyone that he comes into contact with right now, okay? Because he's got a lot of work to do. This is not upright. It's not, the cooperation is not there. When it comes to love and relationships, this tells me that it's just not, how do I say this? It's not he has to do the inner work. Let's just put it that way. He's got some inner construction work to do. And then this is something that you can do, my dear. I got the gratitude card, okay? So it's important that you focus on the things that are really working out for you right now. And when you develop this heart of gratitude, you're going to attract someone who's truly deserving of your heart, your energy, and your time. Because when we pull cards like this, it tells us that it's just not, that person was a lesson and you need to move on. Okay, and you're struggling to do that, okay? But when you practice gratitude and even sitting down and writing down all of the things that you're grateful for and transmuting that into what you're looking for in a relationship, you may eventually attract that person to you because no one wants to be around someone who talks about their ex or is just stuck there, okay? I spent a lot of time healing from my ex before I even considered Jonathan because I didn't, like, even though he was like a shoulder to cry on during my divorce, there was no way I was getting in a relationship with anyone during that time because I was healing. Okay, so give yourself that beautiful healing time. And I love that you picked that Justice card. It's kind of a fiery card. So I got the Impartial card, and he's got like a bunch of bombs going off behind him because that's a war. You see that? And it says impartial. All right. So this is you. They're just saying you maintain your own garden and you ignore that war that's behind you. All the arguments, all the fighting, all the drama. Just move on. I'm going to work on my garden. I'm going to focus on, tending to my roses and, growing my food and doing what's best for me and nourishing for me and beautifying for my environment. And you just walk the heck away with your head held high and be completely impartial to any type of relationship or dealing that he has with anyone in the future. Because the fact that you're a little obsessed tells me that it was probably an unbalanced or even narcissistic relationship because they kind of create these codependency structures that leave us feeling like husks when they leave. So this tells me that this was a very unhealthy relationship and you have some healing in process to kind of let some of these things go. All right, my dear.
The Eight of Swords, release yourself from all of this. And because I'm your granny, I'm going to tell you a little something here. I have 5 daughters, You think about yourself. Mm-hmm. You are of great worth. Know your own worth and develop that. Do things for yourself, things you enjoy, things that make you happy, things that make you better, things that ground you and make you balanced. And when you come into your own, you're going to attract the best quality character of a man.
And look at her photo. She's like a model.
I'm so blind, I can't see.
Oh, she's like a model.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You have cheekbones. What is that?
Oh, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. but you concentrate on making yourself the best individual you can be.
Mhm.
And as soon as your energy is drawn inward and highlighting yourself, it shines like a light, and it attracts like moths to a flame.
Oh yeah, you do. And then she goes, I've moved on, but I just want to know what happened. Philip was someone who wasn't good for me. Yes, very correct. It was a toxic one.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm Slavic by heritage, big natural cheek. Yeah, you're beautiful. So
I know.
you're this beautiful, shiny. You know, the reason he dated you and the reason he was around you is because you made him look
Pretty.
good.
I know.
You know, you're gorgeous and you probably were very sweet, and he just took advantage of you. And you need someone who treats you like the person, like who you
Like
deserve.
gold.
Yes, yes. You're beautiful and you're sweet and you deserve the best. Okay, my dear.
You
So,
show them how you
yeah.
want to be treated by how you treat
Mhm.
yourself, what you think of
And
yourself.
don't, and the thing is, don't care about the relationships he gets into or who he talks to. You know, it's just ugh, you know, because here's the thing. Helen and I both hold cards for any person he gets in a relationship with is going to regret knowing him. So,
That's right.
you know, just consider this to be, you know, it's like in the Matrix. He did the background, all the bullets went over him. You just dodged a bunch of bullets if this was a
Yeah.
very unhealthy, toxic relationship. Okay. So, all right. And he was mean. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that in your
Oh,
life. Yeah, he's not a good
if
one.
he's mean and you're just dating,
Oh God. Like
no,
imagine
no,
if
no,
it
no.
were, oh God, yeah. Ugh. Okay. And oh, so you're a new moon, so you're kind of struggling with your emotions a little bit. Okay, and then the Cancer ascendant. Yeah, it's a lot of water, sweetie. So it's important that you take out some time to like do a gratitude list. And as you do the gratitude list, write down all of the things that he did to you that you didn't like, create the opposite in what you're looking for in your next mate. And you do not accept any of those things from your next relationship. You just say, no, this is a no-go for me. I will not be, this is your boundary list. And if you
Yeah.
are dating someone, you can usually tell within the first 10 minutes if they're going to, you know, be crazy or not. You determine whether or not those things are, you know, and again, take it slow, meet for coffee, things like that. And that's after you make your gratitude list, you do some inner work and you just get over this toxic guy.
I heard a woman who's an FBI profiler, behavioral
Mhm.
expert, and
Yeah.
she said that in the very first 5 minutes of meeting a guy, if he says to you, "You're just not like the other girls," run the
Yes,
other way.
run.
Run.
Yeah, or he talks about his exes. This was the big red flag that I missed. And you were 9 years together. Yeah, that's a longer relationship. And he was a player and a cheater, looking at
Oh
other
God.
women. Oh, he was just a narcissist. You don't want this in your life. He told me I was ugly and others were pretty. That's a yes, that is the most toxic relationship you can be in. That's why you're so attached to him, because he left you in a husk, because he took away all your self-confidence. Honey, I'm looking at your photo. I'm looking at how you speak to us. You're sweet and you're gorgeous. Like,
You know, he has to sleep
hey,
sometime, right?
yeah.
Let me
Oh,
have
yeah. Well, and we can tell
terrible.
you you're gorgeous, honey. Like, just ugh. Yeah, just yeah. And the thing is, I struggled with this in my 20s. You're not alone. So you've got a lot to look forward to. And you know, I've got a good one. And I did not know I was pretty until I started dating Jonathan. I mean, that's how many guys just use the ugly stick
What?
on.
You don't own any mirrors?
It's power.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, I look at old photos of myself and I'm just like, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not that bad looking. And he's just like, you're freaking beautiful. And I'm like, aw. You want a guy that thinks you're gorgeous, right, Jonathan? Let's see if he'll say anything. Yep. Someone who appreciates and loves you just for you. Yeah, even when your hair's all messed up and you just got up in the
Right.
morning and he thinks you're the most gorgeous woman he's ever met. That's what you want. So, and you do too, my dear. Okay, so we attract that. And yeah, Shem agrees power wise. They use that to kind of like get a hook into you. Ugh. I had a really bad ex. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's a lesson, and just move on. You got this. Okay.
Someday you're going to look back on this and you're going to think, what was I thinking?
Oh
You
yeah.
will, you know, yeah.
Yeah. And Helen, how long have you been married? How many years?
It's a life sentence. 46 years.
Impressive. So she knows her stuff, guys. She's a pro. And you're a grandmother, and and you got
that hot stuff, when you're younger, more so, because you move into a different kind of relationship where the externals are not what you're thinking about. You're thinking about the person's character and personality and what they have to offer the world. And you see somebody struggle through the challenges of life with what's the word I want? Integrity.
Mm-hmm.
That makes all the other stuff, the cute and stuff, it's still there, sort of. but it's so unimportant. That's not what's important in life. Yeah.
That is true. And you don't want a cheater and a player. So see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Okay. So Sybil, are you still with us? Sybil, Nora, and Kelsey. You're the next three. Please check in.
Oh, so you're Taurus as well.
And then Venus says true. And then Sue says amazing, Helen. Well, Helen. Yep.
Thanks.
Yes. And Sybil is here. Yay. All right. So we're going to do lightning round. Do you want to do Sybil or Nora?
I have to do the birthday girl.
Okay, you do the birthday girl. Nora or Kelsey, are you here? Please check in, dear, because you have to be in the audience.
Birthday reading, that's Sybil. Okay. So this is for the coming year.
And then I'm going to look up here to see if anyone asked a question while we were reading. Oh, okay, and Shem. All right. I got your question, Shem. Oh, Nora's good. Great.
Oh.
I'll do Nora.
Shall I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is for Sybil. Okay. So this is a really positive outlook for the year ahead. The sun. So, I'm thinking, it's like, it's the sun, happiness, and it's also inner wisdom and being able to access what you need to know. The Four of Pentacles, I think your year is going to be stable. I mean, you're going to keep the position that you're in as far as, work and money and health and all that sort of stuff. There's going to be no gigantic, scary thing. Two of Swords, there's going to be a choice presenting itself that has to do with the future, and make it from a place of love and service to other people, cooperation with other people. Look at the cards here. You're practically blinded by all the sunlight. It's incredible. Look at that. Just sun. It's going to be a very good year. Happy birthday.
All right. She says, nice, awesome. Okay, Nora, what is my body trying to tell me that I should listen to? All right. Well, treat your body like a business, because I got Capricorn. Set goals for yourself. Keep a planner. If you're struggling with food, keep a food diary. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel bad? I do this for when I get what's called trigger foods, because I tend to have some allergies. You can also track your exercise. I actually have a diary just for sadhana, which was my spiritual practices. What yoga asanas did I do today? Wow, lightning striking out there. What type of, I know, I love it when that happens. It's like it kind of codes into the reading. What can you do to improve yourself through daily planning, through goal setting, through lists? Because Capricorns they're extremely business-minded. They're very clear when it comes to their goals, okay? So use a business-like way to handle your health, all right? And be as practical as you can, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn always respects discipline, okay? So if you bring a very strong discipline to your daily routine, it is definitely going to be rewarded. Now, the number one thing that they're saying that you need to do is slow the heck down. I got the Knight of Swords, but he came up reversed, okay? So Patience is going to be needed as you start making these goals for yourself. Don't have a negative view of yourself. Be sensitive to your needs and your wants. Don't be insensitive when it comes to, like every now and then we have a cheat day, for example. Like I can't have a lot of grains, but sometimes I'll look at something and go, I really want that. And sometimes I'll have to take one of my like cascara bark pills or something because I ate like some oatmeal or something. But I mean, I'm really sensitive, so it's things like that. So it's to be very, very gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't try to do things too quickly. Don't go for quick fixes also, because those can be a little dangerous, all right? Especially like fad diets and, miracle cures and things like that, okay? Now, that's just, there's tons of stuff out like that, especially now that they're finding all these side effects for things like Ozempic and things like that are now coming out. So this is what they want you to do. They want you to go to a specialist. This could be Ayurveda, holistic, it could be a primary care physician, someone that can help you do your blood work, look at some things there. Okay, so this is all about working with others and working with a team on how to improve your health. So whatever you feel called to, and it can be more than one practitioner, it could be both holistic and general, but working with a team of people on medications, on daily routines, on diet, and not taking things too fast, because that can actually go the other direction. It's kind of like a slingshot. Oprah Winfrey is like, she's the perfect poster child for that. Just going back and forth and back and forth. It's important to the one thing she teaches is maintenance and stability and patience. Okay. That's the main thing.
That's the hardest part.
It is discipline, and being patient. Oh my goodness. So then what I got Invincible. Okay, so this is really good. This tells me that when it comes to your health, if you have a lot of mental resilience, that can be a great strength for you. This is a time to reclaim your agency over any stress that you've been under, any fatigue, or old patterns that aren't working for you anymore, because this is a turning point card. You're protected, you're guided, and you are in a position to succeed, especially with this team of people that they're showing me. So momentum is on your side right now, especially with Mars and Aries. All of the planets are direct until June 29th. So this is going to be a time for a lot of things happening in a very progressive way. So your hesitation is going to dissolve when you trust that inner compass, and when you team up with those specialists to kind of help you go back to, feeling good about yourself again. Okay, my dear, I hope that was
I'm hearing that song, I Am Woman, Helen Reddy.
Oh, I love that.
Do you know that song? Yeah.
That's great. Oh, Nora, I hope that was helpful, my dear. Okay. So our next lovely person is Kelsey. Kelsey, I did not see you come in, my dear.
What does Nathan think? Who's Nathan? Oh, okay.
And then Shem, are you here? Oh, Shem is here. Okay. So
do I get the question about Nathan?
I didn't see anything on Nathan. Where is that?
You just moved it. It was the one right before this.
Oh, no.
What does Nathan?
Kelsey's not here. So we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, Miss Shem. Yeah, I can do
Navigating May and June.
Yeah, let's just pull a card and see what we get.
Okay.
Okay. This is our last question. So
okay.
You're so welcome, Nora. Thank you for trusting me with your beautiful energy. All right, plug your phone in if you can. If you miss it, then you can always push the replay. Okay, Ms. Shem? Oh, wow. Okay. So the first card I got was the 6th house. The 6th house is the house of daily routines, your health, taking care of yourself, putting yourself and your most basic needs first. This is also the card. If you see all the beautiful fruits and vegetables there, really looking at your diet and, taking good care of yourself, practicing self-care. It's also about doing a little bit at a time in service to others. Okay, so this is kind of a feel-good card, but they're asking you to really balance things out. All right. The reason I say that is I did get the 3 of Cups reversed. This is my card of bad company. So this tells me that you might have attracted some people into your life that have not been your best allies, and that there's maybe some group disapproval going on. There's also some obsessive focus, painful outcomes. Okay, so You're feeling like a little bit of a third world, in a third wheel in your world
Yeah.
right now is kind of what they're showing me. Okay. And no one wants to feel like a third wheel. Okay. Then I got the Ace of Pentacles, but it came up reversed. So this tells me that there's going to be a delay in expectation to any income or something that you're expecting. There might be a fear of taking risks. There might be some greed involved. So it's important that you kind of look at money a little differently, and know that if you're expecting something, that it could be delayed, postponed, or blocked. Okay. Then this is your good card. This is what they're asking you to step into. I got the Ace of Swords. It came up upright. So this is about triumph that comes through concentration, really taking good care of your mental health. And they're also saying that a clarity or breakthrough is going to come your way. So it's important that you remain completely open to what the universe is trying to tell you message-wise, because you're going to have a moment of clarity come that's going to help you deal with this bad luck that they're showing me. And in the meantime, they're saying take really good care of your health and just focus on your daily routine and your mental health, and you're going to get through this. Okay, my dear?
I got very positive cards, but I feel like there is some sort of a relationship situation going on.
Yeah.
I got the Two of Cups, which is a reminder about cooperation with other people, working with people from a place of compassion, trying to find that common ground, treating people the way you want to be treated. Use your inner wisdom for your guiding light. You have it within you, and when you're in doubt about how to handle people, give yourself a minute and look deeply into your heart rather than react. Think about it, and then if you do that, you'll be the victor. The Six of Swords. It's eventually learning how to deal with difficult people it's such a skill. It's such a hard thing to learn, that working on that and working on it not from a place of reactivity, which that's me, but looking at it from an inner knowing, that will be a victory over your, I don't want to say temperament. What do I want to say? Just that kind of knee-jerk reaction we all have when people irritate
Reactivity.
Yeah. Best to take a moment, think about it carefully, and kind of master your emotions. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, in your mental health. And because, honey, you just had a major war, stellium war, in your chart. Like a lot of wars have been happening in Pisces, but we had a really big one in April, especially from the 18th to the 22nd, and it took place on 3 of your planets. So that's some drama, and it's in your 7th house of relationships. So Helen got that 2 of Cups. I got the 3 of Cups reversed. So you're going through a time where you're really having to set those beautiful boundaries and see people for who they are, not what you want them to be. That's what I got with that Ace of Swords. You have to see them very realistically. Okay, too much drama. Yeah, wars can do that. This took place in my 11th house, and then it aspected his 4th house of real estate. And my Lord, we're still working through it. Hopefully I've got some meetings coming up, but it was really interesting. The readings that I had over the last couple of weeks, people are like, what is going on? And it was in the house that was being aspected by this war. It was just getting hit. So it's important that we just work on practicing patience in those areas and see them as Helen calls it, growth opportunities.
I relate. I have a hard time with not reacting immediately to people. I'm just, I need to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
They used to call it having a bad temper. I now understand it means not being self-regulating.
Yeah.
It's a whole different way to look at it. Yeah.
Well, and you grew up in an Irish home, so
it's cultural, it's role modeling, and it's personality.
Yes, it is. You are absolutely correct, for sure.
And I had to be 150 years old before I finally came to some sort of wisdom about it. I could have used that a few decades ago. Yeah.
Oh. And Shem says it's a war and alone with everyone around me. What's your first and your 7th house? It's the house of the self and the house of relationships. So take care of you. Take a deep breath. I'm going to go ahead and give you a mantra that you can try. You can do this on Saturdays. Okay, this can help you deal with because the war involves Saturn. Okay. Om Pram Prim Pram Sa Shanishwaraya Namaha. And you can do that on Saturdays, whenever you have a moment, and you can do that 108 times on a mala. And that should kind of release some of that, because when we do our mantras, it's very helpful. And then it's also Shani's birthday on the 16th, so that's a good day to do that, and also to fast as well. And I believe that is a Saturday. So yeah, this Saturday you can do a lot of remedies on one day. So that's available to you.
I can't see that picture that is before the name.
Yeah.
What is it? It looks beautiful.
She's the Empress card. Pardon? Yeah. She's the Empress card.
Oh, it's beautiful, whatever it is. I mean, I can't see it close up. It's really small. I have to have my nose on like Mrs. Magoo, but I can tell it's really pretty. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So, and thank you, Venus. We appreciate you so much. So we finished all of our questions. And is there anything you would like to announce? Anything coming up on your channel that you'd like to promote?
Kind of, yes. Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. All things being equal, there are some things in the world that are unpredictable for us right now. But all things being equal, next Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. actually is when we finally... This is going to be live, so it'll be probably around 9 a.m. We never do it live, so I'm having a hard time pinning down the time. Nate and I do a Heroes and Villains show, and then we do a thing on current events. We're going to do it live.
Fun!
Week. And it's got surprises. Yeah.
Okay, so next Tuesday, guys, you don't want to miss that. That's exciting.
And I don't know what to tell you exactly what time. I guess he's setting it up, so he'll have, because he doesn't trust me to do it.
You got those pet gremlins, yeah.
But it's going to be fun. We're planning something fun.
Okay, well, definitely check that out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Helen. All of her links are in the description, and Venus did share it in the chat. And then some patients thinks that Shem's photo looks like the guided tarot from Ciro Marchetti. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, we follow him on Facebook. He is a brilliant artist.
Beautiful artist, yeah.
He's got the cutest grandkids. Oh my gosh. So he makes really cool videos using his images too. And then he
I didn't know that. He's on YouTube.
Yeah, and then he has his his grandson sit on his lap and he watches it. It's the most adorable thing you've ever seen. It's very
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. So anyways, well, I want to wish everyone a lovely week ahead. Know that you've got this. You can always schedule a longer reading with either myself or the lovely Irish Granny Helen. All of our links are in the description. If you want to go more in depth with some of the things that you're dealing with, either astrology, tarot, all of the things that we're into. So and yes, thank you, Venus. I appreciate that. So there's her channel right there.
Thank you.
With the most. We appreciate you so much, Venus. And so I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week, same time. And I'm going to be putting out a video of the cathedral that I visited, so you can look for that as well. So that should be fun.
Well, before you go, I just want to say thank you for having me, Michelle. That was really fun.
Oh,
I had such a good time. And all the people that join in, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love having Helen on. So yes, so thank you for being here. I really appreciate your energy, Helen, and definitely subscribe to her channel, guys. So I'll see you guys all next week. Take care.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day.